Hello, 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 hello. Testing, testing. All right, Grand Rising. The market has officially opened for New York session here at 9:30 in the morning. Should be a wonderful day. All right, we're not anywhere near the limit down levels yet, but that could change over the day for sure. Let's go ahead and look and see how our weekly range is playing out right now. So currently just trading at the point of control on the ES. So in other words, trading at where most of the volume has transacted for the current week so far, up until today on Wednesday. Looking like we do want to come up and take this overnight high though, and hit the anchored VWAP from the week, as well as the 50%, or otherwise equilibrium of the current week range. Dragon, Grand Rising, good sir. You just caught me. I just got on. We're about to the market just opened for New York session at 9:30, and we're about to see if we can have a good trading day or good trading session this morning. How you doing, man? Also go ahead and mark out these overnight levels. Overnight low and overnight high. Well, that's fine. You can ask me some questions if you want, and I'll also be doing like a class session tonight through the Discord at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now is what I've got it scheduled for. But that will also be recorded anyways and on my YouTube, because I know some people have come in here and asked me just a similar question you have. Just like don't understand much of it, so I'm gonna go over how to access these charts, what they mean, go over Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that stuff. But that will be posted to my YouTube tonight and live streamed if you don't get to see it. But pretty much what I'm doing is just we're just watching the stock market, right? We're just trading the stock market. It can look a bit daunting, but I can assure you it's pretty relatively straightforward. Like, I'm sure you've seen line charts. Essentially, we're just trading a big line chart. So I'm just waiting for this first 15-minute candle to pretty much print on ES. Let's go ahead and check out NQ. Same thing as ES essentially. Just looking for this high to be taken. higher here early in the morning to at least 480. So on a 4 hour, or 550 possibly. Yeah, we got this pivot up here. We got a pivot point, negative pivot point up here, 520. Our 50% retracement level of this leg is around that level 2. And then we've got a 4 hour fractal chilling right here. It's probably my end. Let me check here. Is it still pretty low, or is it better? I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's always lower whenever I do the trading streams. It should be a little bit better. I turned the gain up. I also might just be super quiet because I woke up a few minutes ago. My eyes are still freaking sleepy. Alright, there we go. But yeah, so pretty much looking at this instrument called NQ, or NASDAQ, which is really just an index of all of the big tech stocks that you've heard of, like Apple, Nvidia, Meta, Microsoft. It's just an index of all of those. So essentially this is showing how all those stocks are kind of moving together within the stock market at one given point, which is right now. Alright, so we got an overnight high at 426, overnight low at 735. We got Nvidia opening up on a gap up. Tesla up a little bit. Apple up. And here we go. We're about to come take this high. So I'm gonna be interested in seeing on how we react around here. Don't have very big news today, except at 2 o'clock we have FOMC minutes. So essentially that is the report that is released to the public regarding the interest rate decision from 2 weeks ago. So I don't think there should be too much in there that will cause a lot of volatility, but who knows. Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin, we're looking for a move up to around 79 and a half. We never did take that low last night. So interested to see if we have a short opportunity out of here, but I'm gonna be patient on that one. As well as Ethereum, which means Ethereum will probably top out around this midpoint at 1520. Then if we look at the futures contract, we did get the futures contract did take the low last night from its regular trading hour. Interesting. Alright, we're coming up to the levels. Not interested in taking anything until we see a good reaction. Just keeping in mind that we took yesterday's low already, and we could easily just squeeze up today. And we're obviously down at the lows. We have an open gap still up above us. If we look at the regular trading hours, well, nothing too crazy actually here. I mean, besides this gap from Thursday to Friday, it hasn't been filled yet. Alright, pretty good reaction out of there so far. Usually these first taps get liquidated often. Alright, so we are taking that low from the 1 minute candle that made a high. It's a good sign, an order flow shift. We got 38 seconds until that 15 minute candle forms. Wow. Well, reacting very nicely off of our level, but a little late to it, yeah. Let's look at 4-hour candle sweep. Alright, so there's our 15-minute candle. New 15-minute candle. It looked like just like an overnight high sweep at the moment. Let's see if it retests and wants to come back down into range. God, but the volatility is just ridiculous. And that was 37 points in one 3-minute candle. down below. Probably come take these lows down into VWAP. Just want to see a bit of a retracement. Ideally up into here, 5039. I don't think we're gonna get it though, but we'll be patient. No need to rush on these days like this. The moves are all over the place. See where gold is at? Oh, gold came up and took the Monday high. All right. Interesting. Bit extended. Could see if it closes another candle within this range to come back down to 30, 40 or so. RTH. Oh, there's a gap up here. It looks like it's going for. Okay. Guess I would probably want to see it hit that first. Alright, here we go. We're coming back up a bit on this. And good VWAP should be around right there. We're gonna see how it reacts right here, 5039. For a possible short. Gosh. Gold up 92 points today, which is 3%. Massive candle starting from the overnight session. Yeah, more interested around 3115, 3117. What's that untapped value area high? Oh. Alright.
Order filled.
Oh gosh. Didn't get a good fill on that. This volatility is just fucking wild. Don't even need to use many contracts. Usually we say we love the volatility, but to be honest, this volatility is a bit off-putting. It looks like this will get stopped out.
Stop filled.
So I just put one small contract on there. Looks like we're going to continue up. We are just making higher, on this leg at least, making higher highs, higher lows. But I saw a 15-second shift off of that, so I'd take that most of the time. Do we have any news that not any big news at 10, just wholesale inventories. Of course, we have crude oil inventories at 10:30, so oil, which is crazy, gas bills across the world should be going down. But I mean, since last Wednesday, we've come down 24%. It's massive. Absolutely massive. Let's see what happens when it gets up to here. That's insane. Absolutely insane. So essentially with oil coming down around 24%, not really a one-to-one necessarily relationship, but filling up your tank should be nearly 25% cheaper, which is wild to think about. Retesting the overnight high. I'm not really seeing much that I like here. You know, not interested in longing right here. It already kind of hit this supply point that I wanted to see. So it's probably going to continue up above here, but we're going to have to wait for kind of a support resistance flip up here. And for this 4-hour candle to close at 10 here in 5 minutes. Which will be a pretty bullish candle if that happens. We could probably start looking up towards, if we can reclaim the previous week low. Probably look up to come take these highs, at least up to 51.60. We'll see if we get a closure above here, maybe a retest of the reclaim of the previous week low. Get my RuneScape up to AFK at Motherlode Mine for now while we're trading. We got one more minute really until the market probably starts making a few more decisions about where it wants to go with the 4-hour candle closure. Pretty tough one here because we did fill this imbalance. We retested the previous week low. We swept the overnight high. We came up into 50% of the current weekly range as well as the anchored VWAP. Pretty good resistance zone, but also a pivot area. And insofar as if we were to get above this level, this would be our pivot for another move up, in my opinion, from what we're seeing here. It definitely looks like we have some continued strength for now though. It looks like we're gunning for some
Order filled.
took a little trade to take that high.
Target filled.
There we go. There's that move. Now let's see how we get closures above here, especially that previous week low. All right, Bitcoin. Making a move up as well. Not interested though until it hits this box. But we will we'll see what happens there. Alright, so getting stuck at the previous week low at the moment. Pretty big liquidity sweep here. Coming back in. God, these moves are just wild. So much. Alright, we're gonna get this overnight high retest. Starting to catch a little bit of divergence momentum up here. I mean, it's a little bit late, but you know, would want to see more of something like this if we get a bigger move down back into this range. Just need more confirmations on a day like this. But so far, you know, rejecting it. At a pretty pre-prescribed level. We'll have this little inversion gap here, which you could kind of short off of this 56.2 level just to be early. Let's see how that. So yeah, we are getting some heavy heat here. Okay. Yep, so it looks like we still wanting to move back down. Alright, let's see if we can get an actual short opportunity though.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Oh, we got a closure below. God, this is looking so tanky now. We got VWAP all the way down here at 49.80. I'd expect that to be the target. Take all these lows.
Order submitted.
No need to really rush it though. Alright, we're getting a bit of a retracement up here. Let's see if we get any. Let's see if there's any shorts that come out of here, or if we're just gonna be pretty volatile and fake everybody out. I'm gonna stack a few limit orders here. If we just continue to kerplunk from here, well, that's pretty strong. What I'd like to see is like something around kind of a big stop loss, but pretty big target right around here. About a 5-to-1 risk reward. So we have to remember that we are in an uptrend locally. So this is just a higher low, higher high. This could be just a higher low to where we continue up. Or is this really, as you can see, we're having a little bit of a harder time moving up, but these dumps are pretty precipitous.
Order filled. Alright, moment of truth up here.
nibbled on one contract for now. See if I get hit with another one. See something like this happening in this type of market. There she goes for now. Looking to see if we get down to 49.80. Just one contract strong right now. Also, keeping in mind that we could do this. This could be inducement for a bit of a higher retracement and then a kerplunk. Oh, there we go. Good move so far. That's, I don't want to get too greedy, but that's up 28 points, 29 points, 33.
Order canceled.
Let's go ahead and move our stop to break even. And let's get.
Order filled.
Alright, gonna just fill it, take the profit for now. Looks like it might be doing what right here. And just with how volatile the market is right now, let's just take any good sort of profit is a pretty good day. Boom. Alright, I'd be interested in another short if it does what I have outlined here. Coming up, taking this high, and then making the move. But, you know, the downtrend is strong overall from the high time frame. So, you know, we should be milking shorts a little bit more than longs, that is. We just got another 15-minute candle closure. So another sweep and coming back into the overnight range. So yeah, and then we'll see if we get another retest of this wick around 50, 57, 50, 60 for another opportunity. Otherwise, this is going down to VWAP, I believe. Yep, so far this is looking like that's just playing out. Could reverse right here as we're making, you know, low, high, low. But prime fashion would be to come up here and then go and make this as an inducement trade. So Bitcoin, did it come up? Not as high as I would like at the moment. Gold is starting to trek towards this 115-ish level. So definitely going to be interested there. NASDAQ looking, God, it's so volatile. That last 15-minute candle was a 250-point range. It's insane. Okay, there's 1 minute little rejection here. It is looking like it still wants to come back up a little bit into this range. Starting to get a little colorful here with the chart. 50.64, 50.63. That would be juice. That would be juicy juice. coming up to this level. And ES making a quick turnaround here. Certainly getting a bit choppy over the last 18 minutes or so. So it came up and retested this high. I guess it probably took it on the, yeah, it did on the mini contract. So Yep, so this is playing out so far. Didn't catch it because I wanted a little bit higher. Yeah, we've just been chilling, man. This is an ugly range now, too, yep. I still think that we have, you want it back to the lo-fi chill? I got you. This is still some, supposed to be... Of course it's right when you came in, bud. You just had to come in here and ruin everything. I'm still looking for a possible, move right here. One more sweep into this high. Looking for around like 63 maybe. This would be pretty juice. But yeah, this is a classic little small range right here. No need to force anything, eh? Not one bit. Oh, I need to get 53. Oh, here we go. Let's see how she does up here. See how she does. See how she does and see how she doesn't. Alright, here we go. About to hit that level. See how we react here. Ooh. Yeah, no entry on that. Guess it comes back down. It's getting pretty choppy here.
Order filled.
Quick, got filled at 50-60. See, just gonna trail it if we can. $50.45 would be like the first area. Looking like it wants to make a little bit of distribution pattern on the 5-second here. Yeah, see? Boom. Could just come down to right around this imbalance, 50.45, and then come back up. So probably need to take something off there.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Come on, just swipe down a little bit. Catch that 15 points. I'm short, brother. Why would I be long right there? Right into the resistance level that I was talking about, you silly monkey. You silly mouse.
Target filled.
Target filled, you hear that, bud? Boom. You're right, bud. That's my fault. My bad. My bad. So you're helping me become a better streamer, you know? So I appreciate it. Alright, we just took the quick profits here for now because of just how it's... I still think we could get a bigger move out of here, though. Down to the VWAP. Or at least down to, like, here. Look at that 30-second retrace into this order block. Yeah, we get a continuation down. That was like, you take profit there, then enter back in right here. Was what I should have done. But could even re-enter again on this leg. But it's just a little tough. I mean, we could go 50, 43, 75. No, I'm not going to. We've had a good morning so far. Literally no need to force that, even though, boom, there it goes. There could have been another 10 points real quick. But this one's playing out perfectly so far. This would have been, if it, 30 points right there. But here we go. He just came down and filled this minor imbalance on the 1 minute. So let's see if we come back up. Probably retest this little area. Which is, it was already tested once. See if it gets tested again. Yeah, market's definitely cooled down considerably. Must be waiting for that 2 o'clock news. Already got another 15-minute candle. Yeah, I don't see why this doesn't go for the VWAP for another 30 points. So let's see this 50-50 level gives another short opportunity. Reaction. Oh, that was pretty good. Did not take that though.
Order submitted.
Oh, fucking A. GG, that was a solid retest. Didn't take it. Gosh. It's already down 25 points. My
Order
goodness,
canceled.
man. GG's. I did front run it just 2 ticks or so. Yep, there it goes towards the VWAP. GG's. Yeah, but these short trades were pretty identifiable up here with a pretty solid target down to the VWAP. Coming back into the value area high and this high. Yeah, gonna start moving down towards 49.80 and then down to 49.40. It looks shit, but I guess, I don't know. Opportunities were there, actually. But you're right. No need to force anything, although it would have been nice to get another one here down in the VWAP, because this is the final. Looks like this is the actual impulsive move here. 1, 2, 3. Maybe we could get a fourth move. I can also wait for some of the other assets to show their hands. Gold hitting that RTH gap, starting to move off of it. Maybe we could get just a massive tank. That'd be nice, huh? I want another limit down. I want a limit down day. Yeah, once we hit the VWAP, probably take a little while until we find another trade opportunity. Don't really like this low. Man, you hate to see it sometimes. Literally been talking about this for the last hour since we were moving up to this level, that I want the short down in the VWAP. And here we go. And here we are. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, so let's check out the weekly range now. Weekly range. Maybe a little bit of a VWAP bounce back into the point of control. Although I wouldn't be as interested in this type of this short off of here. Just we could just launch back up from here. The short's already played out, I guess. We could continue moving down though to 49.40. I think these lows ought to be taken. These are pretty ugly. Could get a pretty impulsive move down, I guess. I guess what would our IB high, our IB low, that'd be our range. IBM 5035. New York Open, literally right at New York Open, we just went up. Probably the earrings, I would think, the graceful earrings. Those are pretty nice. I need to go train some magic. I guess I need to go splash a bit, because I just want to AFK. Nah, bud, you just get whatever the cheapest is. Just get whatever the cheapest is so that you can go ahead and already get a little bit of the bonuses, you know? Gloves are the most effective. I don't even know. What's the... I haven't gotten graceful in a while. What's the... Where's the even the... I don't even know where to look for it. The hood's pretty swaggy. The hood with the cake. I know, I haven't gotten graceful in years, bud. Way back in the years of times. You know? But yeah, I mean... You should definitely just get the gloves first. I always go by least, you know, the least expensive to the most expensive. That way you can kind of already get some of the benefits. But are you playing Fashionscape over here, buddy? And you can recolor them to some cool ass colors eventually. You know, how cool would that be? Yeah, I think I'm going to hop off as well. Peace. There's not much more going on in this morning session. Thanks for joining. I'll be live tonight. Much love. Wonky time. Out for now. Until next time on Wonky Time. Tune in for the wonkiness.